How do you work 40 hours per week without dying? When you have work that involves thinking, the time goes by pretty fast. By eating, drinking, sleeping, and not getting hit by a bus on the way to work, I need money. It drives me, because not working 40 hours a week results in actual dying. Not hating your job helps. I just retired last week. My SS statement shows that I began working in 1975. Most of those weeks were 40. I DK how I did it. Good luck, spite. Working from home with something I enjoy. Just keep doing it, and next thing you know, 30-40 years have gone by, and then you drop dead when you stop. I did college plus 40 work for 3 years, then 65-70 plus on call 24/7 for about 10 years. I can say with experience that absolutely fuck that. Exercise and eat well. Government regulated legal meth. Bold of you to assume I'm not already dead on the inside. Money is a great motivator. I work in an office which has very few risks of death. Construction or mining has more chances of dying. Surgery resident, it's all I know. Since med school, it's been 60-90 hours a week. I don't even know what 40 hours would feel like. I imagine it's nice, and I see my friends with hobbies and weekends off. I like to think that will be my life one day. For my daughter, I don't ever want her to have the childhood I had, going without heat in the winter and air in the summer deep south US, or saving half my lunch from school so I would have at least something to put in my belly before bed. Nope. Never gonna happen as long as I'm alive. That's why I'm working. You have to die on the inside first before you can die on the outside. Oh, we're definitely dead inside. I've been working in construction trade for over 30 years in NYC, 40 hours a week. Union member, made a good living and love my job. Looking forward to retirement but wouldn't trade my career. You just do. There's nothing spectacular about it other than keeping the lights on and food in your belly. And see, I give the company those 40 hours I am done, and all I earned in that time supports my lifestyle. 40 hours a week is kin to normal for full-time jobs in my area. I hate it. Drugs, enjoying a good percentage of it and taking a full-hour break at lunch or more. It's not just hours, it depends on the job. In the service industry and was on my feet all 40 hours doing mindless work, it took all of my energy. Now I'm a corporate drone sitting doing work I enjoy, and I can do it endlessly. And once you've got a half-decent resume and references, you find work that doesn't suck. One miserable hour at a time. Not dying physically is actually pretty easy. Not dying emotionally is next to impossible. Well, I just work in an office. I don't have to walk a tightrope over a meat grinder or anything. Me with my other half and my children, play computer games, time for dinner, and sleep 8 hours a night. Sleeping, eating, enjoying my free time, coffee, sleep, occasional happy hours. Having as much of a life outside of work as possible, using my vacation days, and setting firm boundaries between work and personal time. It's fine. You're only dying on the inside. No one on the outside has to know. Just bury that shit deep inside for the next 45 years like the rest of us. I've worked 84 hours a week in the oil industry for over 20 years. Granted, we get schedules like 20 days on, 10 days off, or a split 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I'd take this kind of work any day of the week over some office job. Did it for a little while and absolutely hated it with a passion. Welcome to adulting. Working for yourself. As in running your own business. The motivation changes for sure. I worked between 110,000 140 hours a week for 3 years during the tech boom of the late 1990s. To me, a wonderful marriage, and I don't have a dime of that money now to show for my ceaseless efforts. Don't fall into the trap. Work-life balance is where it's at. 3 12-hour days is an optimal schedule. I'm already dead. I've been dead since 2003. This is the most Gen Z question ever, because I have a family who counts on me, and it's my responsibility to provide for them by doing the bare minimum. I don't get paid enough to care about doing more than that. Money and survival. Then I have to have a place to chill. And ironically, it becomes my office at work. It's really easy if you're not a giant pussy. You once loved barely seeing your family and alcoholism and or other unhealthy coping addiction. I don't. I stopped. I'm willing to play my guitar on the street for wine money before I do that shit again. I intend to make money with my brain and art or die trying. Fuck the bullshit. Edit. I responded to 911 calls in an ambulance for 20 years doing 40-70-hour weeks. I almost took my own life. I work part-time in a head shop now and sell weed. Responsibility and social pressure. And the crazy thing is, you don't not die anyways. Because if I died, I wouldn't get to work the last 2 days of my 60-hour week, and my boss hates that. Don't ever work a job you wouldn't do for free. I'd rather be homeless than unfulfilled. As though 45 is brutal, I'm not a pro-work hustle culture advocate, but a little over 40 isn't a lot. I worked 80 for a year. When you're actually working, the time flies. By being born in a country that has a standard 37 hours week and laws about OT. When you have so much work to stay busy all day, 40 hours doesn't seem enough. The time flies by. Also caffeine. Lots of it. And how long have you been working? I remember being a new graduate and feeling the same way. You get used it soon enough. And a job you at least kinda enjoy, and one that does not leave you exhausted at the end of the day. And because I work for a non-profit and genuinely love my job and believe in the impact it has, I finish every day exhausted down to my bones, but deeply spiritually satisfied and whole, though I'm also incredibly poor as a consequence, without dying. Have you never had to support yourself before? There's 168 hours in a week due. Wow. Every day you become weary and end up dying peacefully in your bed. Absolute minimum to work another day before once again dying and beginning the process all over again. Rage and bitterness that refuses to quit. By being Asian, the standard working hour here are 45 hours. That's not including overtime. I did 37 in an office. I took 10-minute toilet breaks every hour. I enjoy what I'm doing. That's more important to me than money, but I make a pretty good salary too. The trick is to first work 60-80 hours per week. Then 40 seems like a walk in the park. I just don't have a life and sleep all weekend. I keep breathing, eating, and drinking. I also sleep. I guess those are the reasons I don't die. Easy. Just don't die. Everyone's dies, even people who don't work. I'm already dead inside TBH. Lots of weed off work lol. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. I am dead inside, but I need the money. Everybody dies. It's in the terms and conditions. You clicked accept without reading them, right? Bold of you to assume I'm not dying on the inside. You don't. You die a little more with each day. No one gets out alive. Oh, but we are dead. On the inside. Shell of a human. The unfortunate truth is you don't. I don't. I am dead. Inside. Red Bull cocaine lol. You work and then die. You just do it. I work 40 hours every week. I work 7-3-0-5 with weekends off. Have time to take my kids to school in the morning and pretty much whatever I want to do when I get off. It's not that hard. By not whining, mostly. Disassociation honestly. It's not that damned hard. Put in your hours, collect your pay, and live your life. Cal, I get paid money and I use it to buy food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and entertainment. That and always use proper PP. Get paid well, enjoy the weekends, and 6 weeks of vacation a year. I used to work 70-90 hours a week and 2 weeks of vacation at my old job. I felt I could do better, and I did. The bills don't pay themselves. You don't. You die a little bit every day. Stay busy. Have no life. Is a 40-hour work week not normal anymore? How can you pay your bills without one? Just do it and don't think about it. You eat, drink water, and sleep with the remaining 128 hours. In construction, just gotta stay busy and make sure to get plenty of rest. 84 hours a week is rough. It's actually quite easy. Many of adults on the planet have been doing that or more every week since the dawn of agriculture. Then there's something wrong and you should seek help from medical or mental health professionals. Have a goal? I love Reddit, but some of the posts on here are just utterly headache-inducing. How'll I ever survive? Get a job you enjoy more. Have a goal, life will become much more enjoyable. Valuing the concept of work as a virtue rather than a burden to survive. Pretty simple. I'm not lazy. 40 hours without dying. Pathetic. There's a reason the world is turning to shit. People are too lazy nowadays. Just be careful not to get tripped and hit your head. I don't. Coffee, starvation, and homelessness are far more life-threatening. Get a remote job. That's the neat part, you don't. I work jobs in which I don't work hard, nor do I have to deal with anything especially stressful. I learned that I need to be happy with the 40 hours I have to be there. Why those 40 hours, then I'm not happy in the other hours regardless of how fulfilling